Now we're going to look at factorising three-term expressions. When we have a three-term expression where the highest power is a 2, so squared, we call this a quadratic. So both of our three-term expressions that we're going to try and factorise today, they're called quadratics or quadratic expressions. There's a guide to factoring quadratic expressions. You might have seen this before. It's just on the right-hand side. It's a guide to how we factorise. Then we're just going to use the guide to factorise our expressions. So let's have a look. So step 1, place the trinomial, and trinomial just means a three-term expression. So place the trinomial in standard form. And it just so happens that both of our expressions are written in standard form. So standard form is just ax squared plus bx plus c. And so basically, in order of, power. So here we have x squared, we now have our x terms, and then our whole numbers at the end. So it's just a matter of putting things into standard form, and that's already been done for you. So step 1 is complete, so we'll give that a tick. And whilst you're going through these questions, you can use this guide to tick as you go through the steps to help yourself remember where you are. All right, so next is to multiply the coefficient of a. Now the coefficient of a, so if we look at our standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c, the a is just the coefficient of that x squared term. And looking at our first example, x squared, the coefficient of a is just 1 because there's nothing there. So multiply the coefficient of a with c, and so it will be 1 times 2. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll write it like this. AC, so a times c equals 2. All right, that's step 2. Step 3, find all factor pairs of AC. Find all factor pairs of AC. So that's just looking at what numbers multiply to make 2. And really, the only options, well, let's write out all the options. It would be, and we can write it like this, factors of 2 would be 2 times 1 and negative 2 times negative 1, because they would both be equal to just 2, right? Positive 2. So they're the factors of 2. 2 and 1 and negative 2 and negative 1. Okay, that's step 3. Step 4. Find the factor pairs whose sum adds to b. So find the pair of factors whose sum, so instead of multiplying, if you add those two numbers, that would then add to b. And so in our case, x squared plus 3x, we're trying to find the factors that we wrote down before, that when you add them, they make positive 3. So let's go ahead and rewrite this again. We'll write it next door here. So we'll use our factors here, 2 and 1. We'll combine them and go 2 plus 1. Well, what does that equal? Oh, that equals 3. Let's just make sure that our second lot of factors don't add up to 3, otherwise we'll have a bit of a problem. So negative 2 plus negative 1 equals, well, that's just negative 3. And so which one out of the pairs adds up to positive 3? Well, it's this one here, the 2 and the 1, positive 2 and positive 1, because when you add them, they make 3. And that's the rule. So I would tick that, we found it, and now step 5 is to write this quadratic in factorized form. And the factorized form, as you can see in part 5, goes like this, and this is part of our answer. Bracket, x plus, and then we multiply that by another x plus, and then we finish off that bracket. And the answers of 2 and 1 go into the spaces below. So I'll write this 2 down in here, and this 1 will go in here. So it'll be x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 1. And this bracket is a little bit far away, so I'm going to move that a bit closer. And so that's how you do it. So we just found the factors of 2, and we added them together to make sure they added up to our value of b, and we factorized. So this is factorized form right here below. And that's it. So let's do this a little bit quicker now. Let's pick up the pace for the second question and see if we can get some rhythm going. I want to keep all this working here, so I'll just shrink everything down. I'll resize this so we have a bit more room. Let's put this here, okay? So I've just minimized everything. Now let's work in our second one. So let me clear up all this. All right, here we go. X squared minus 3x minus 4. So it's going to be a little bit more tricky, but that's okay. If we just follow the steps, we'll be okay. All right, step 1, place the trinomial in standard form. Done, it already is in standard form. Step 2, multiply the coefficient of A with C. So let's write this. AC equals 1 times negative 4. That'll be just negative 4. So let's give that a tick for step 2. Step 3, find all factors or find all factor pairs of AC. So what factors can we think of that multiply to make negative 4? Let's write them here. So I'll write factors of negative 4. Here we go. They are negative 2 and positive 2, because that would make positive 4. Oh, sorry, negative 4. We've also got negative 3. Sorry. Negative 4 times positive 1. That would make negative 4. And we've also got negative 1 times positive 4. That would also equal negative 4. So they're all the factors that I can think of so far that when you multiply them, they make negative 4, which is our value of AC. All right, so that's that step. Let's tick this off. Step 4, find the factor pair whose sum adds to B. So out of these factors, which one, when you add them instead of multiply, will give you our value of B, which is negative 3. So let's go ahead, instead of multiplying them, let's go ahead and add them. So I'll just do that in the spaces to the right here. So negative 2, instead of timesing 2, let's plus 2. Oh, that equals 0. So it can't be negative 2 and positive 2. So I'll go ahead and scratch those ones out. Negative 4 plus 1, that's negative 3. So that, I reckon that's the one there. Negative 4 plus 1 equals negative 3. So we'll just give a bit of a green circle here. That could be the one. And let's just confirm that's the case by making sure that our last two factors don't add up to negative 3. I don't think they will. All right, so negative 1, add 4, that's going to be positive 3. So negative 1, add 4, that'll be positive 3. And so we'll put a red line through there. And now we have it. We have our two solutions. It's negative 4 and positive 1. So writing this in factorized form, you're going to write it like this. X, take 4, multiplied by x plus 1.